Hello, wonderful Cancer. Welcome to May. This is Gwendolyn. Welcome back to the channel, or if it's your first time here, welcome. This video is going to be a monthly Tarotscope for Cancer, and I'll talk a little bit about what's going on in the sky. We have a new moon in Taurus on May 15th, and that's in your 11th house, Cancer. So it's a new opportunity to expand your network. 11th house is usually about humanity and how we interact with humanity. It is normally governed by Aquarius, so it's new ideas. You know, it's about if you wanted to put something out there in terms of marketing or a blog or a website, 11th house is a wonderful placement for that. So it's a really good start time for anything like that you wanted to put out to the masses or greater humanity. Also, it's a great time for socializing, you know, as far as if you wanted to network or share something about your business. If there's a part of a community that you wanted to become part of, it's a great time to begin that. Great time for meeting new people, meeting new friends. It's all about the communities that we're involved in. So great time to plant new seeds there at the middle of the month for you, Cancer. And then at the end of the month, we have a full moon in Sagittarius, and that's in your 6th house of work, of your day-to-day routines, of your health. You know, it'll basically just be putting a spotlight on that. Some of you may be getting recognized in your work. The full moon shines its light in your 6th house and puts you in the spotlight in that way. So some of you may have articles written about you, or it could potentially be a good time to ask for a promotion. You may be featured in your work in some way, either noticed or appreciated, or you know, that's being featured. Or if there's things to do with your health, you may be either feeling vibrant health, or the moon is shining a light on, say, an old habit that you may want to release. Full moons are times of completion and release as well. So it could be about achieving something in your 6th house in terms of work, day-to-day schedules, habits, or health. You may have achieved peak fitness, or it could be shining the light on something that you want to release. Like, for example, if you had an addiction to sweets or junk food or something that impacts your health in a negative way, it would be a great time to release that. So it could show up in a number of different ways. 6th house just rules how we are in the world in terms of our routines, our work, our day-to-day schedules, our health, that sort of thing. So let's see what's coming up for you, Cancer, for May. Let's take a look. It looks like you open up with 10 of Swords, then 3 of Water, 3 of Cups, it's also known as, 6 of Cups in reverse, Queen of Wands, Queen of Fire, Vision Quest, which is equivalent to the Hangman here in reverse, 8 of Coins, or 8 of Earth, Hermit in reverse, 9 of Air, or Swords here in reverse, Father of Earth, or King of Coins, 10 of Fire, which is also 10 of Wands here in reverse, Empress in reverse, and the Moon card. Funny that we're ending the month with that full moon. You Cancers are the moon children. And so I'm really just seeing, again, you know, someone's beating a drum here. They're celebrating. You could really be featured or spotlighted in terms of your work, Cancer. So look forward to that. That might be a nice time. Or, it's, you know, potentially, again, possibly a time to release some things. This could also be a release of outdated emotions. You know, moon is always about evaluating what's real versus what's impermanent, what is fixed and stable versus what's changeable. So I'm really seeing this Sagittarius full moon being really nice for you, Cancer. So you can look forward to that at the end of the month. Let's take a look at how the month opens. We've got 10 of Swords, which is negative thinking here. It may be talking about that it's time to release something in terms of the way you think about something, Cancer. It may be time that you're completing an old way of thinking, old beliefs, old thoughts that are draining you. So when this card shows up, this is a 10, which reduces down to a 1. It's like the end of one old cycle and the beginning of a new one. You can see the vultures here, like eating the old dead body or whatever's left behind. And what it means is letting go of those old thoughts, releasing yourself from what drains you, from what's no longer serving you in terms of your thinking. And it actually leads to a great place of celebration and joy. This is 3 of Cups, which says fullness here. As you release those old thoughts that don't serve you, those old beliefs, you get to a place of celebration. This is like being surrounded by friends and family, like-minded people. It's usually a card of dancing and celebrating and just enjoying the riches of life. I'm kind of getting for you, Cancer, that it's a time to release anything that left you feeling depressed or drained and really just enjoying the sweet nectar of life. So I really see May as opening up. It's kind of an opportunity to let go of what's old here and opening up to enjoy like the fruits of life that are just presenting themselves to you. I really see it as a nice time of fullness for you here as we open May. And if there is any of this lingering around, just release it. Just release any thoughts that don't correspond or don't serve to this fullness that you have so abundantly available to you at the beginning of May. I also see 6 of Cups here in reverse. This is called pleasure, and this is also often a card of reunion, looking back to the past, sentimentality. You know, weirdly enough, Cancer, I'm getting for you with this in reverse that it's letting go of old possessions or things that you may be sentimental about, but that don't necessarily correspond with your current present moment. You know, this is sentimentality, 6 of Cups, and it can mean like, I'm just thinking like old photographs, people, maybe old friendships, people from childhood or things that you've had from childhood. I'm really seeing you with this in reverse, releasing things from the past that maybe you used to be sentimental over, but are serving more as clutter for your current life. Here the water is flowing freely, and here it is as well. But in the reverse position, what it's saying is that it may be impeding that flow. There may be things that holding on to from the past are sort of blocking the current flow that was trying to fill your life up. So I'm really seeing, you know, for some reason, Cancer, I'm really getting with this card in reverse here, clear your clutter. Clear away the old things that you may have been sentimental about in the past but are no longer serving your present. There's actually an exercise related to this where if you're really wanting to keep something, but it's the sentimentality that's making you want to hold on to it, you can take a picture of it. And so that you can still look at it and still enjoy it, but you don't actually have to keep the object and store it. So that's a possibility with this. Letting go of old things that aren't serving you in the present moment, even though you may have some sentimental attachment to them. And then I also see here the Queen of Fire. This is all about action. I'm actually reading this as you, Cancer. I mean, this could be a fire sign. It could be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius that's in your environment. But I'm reading this as the person of action. The Queen of Wands is someone who's motivated. She's inspired. She takes action on things. She's very much in the moment. She's very charismatic, very attractive, she comes back with a quick remark. You know, she's got a great sense of humor, and she's really about having mastery of action in the moment. I'm really seeing these two together for you, Cancer. Fullness and Queen of Wands. She's confident. She's sunny. She's, you know, I just see her as always like laughing and getting things done. It's sort of like kicking butt and taking names is kind of how I see her. And so I see you almost like having this opportunity to have real fullness and really being at the top of your game and really taking action and accomplishing things, getting things done. But it's really going to require letting go of old thoughts from the past that keep you stuck or depressed. Those aren't serving you anymore. They're just draining you, Cancer. And then also getting rid of stuff from the past that's cluttering your current environment, that's impeding any flow that is so rightfully yours here at the beginning of May, Cancer. So let's take a look at what's coming up at the middle of the month. Hangman in reverse. This is Vision Quest in reverse. And this is actually the deck, the name of the deck that I'm using here. It's the Vision Quest deck. And Hangman is usually, you know, someone who's hanging upside down, getting a new perspective, getting a new vision. And I really read this card as having new vision, getting enlightenment. It's the Vision Quest. It's seeing what is possible and calling it into being through confronting what is challenging or uncomfortable for us. With this in the reverse, sometimes I read Hangman in reverse as not being able to see our true vision because we care too much about what other people think. Hangman, when it's in the upright, says he does things his own unique way. He sees his own value. He bucks the system. He doesn't really worry about conventional matters or doing things in a traditional way. But in the reverse, sometimes it's saying that you're limiting your viewpoint by worrying about what others think. So I'm going to suggest, Cancer, that if there's any element of that, try to remove that so that you can have an authentic vision that's uniquely yours, that's just according to what you think and want and believe. And you get your own enlightenment. Your accomplishment will be limited if you're basing it on others' dreams. So this is saying, you know, be authentic in your own dreams. Don't worry about what other people are thinking or wanting you to do, or if other people have dreams of ambition for you, make sure they're your own dreams of ambition is what this card's saying to me. Then we have Eight of Coins. This is inner order. This is getting the work done, which I very much see for you this month, here in the middle of the month. Again, this is your new moon also in the middle of the month in Taurus, which is also a earth sign, and this is all about earth and, you know, creating coins, getting the work done that produces results. So as you show up here at the beginning of May, you know, in action mode, you're getting a lot done. You're accomplishing things through your effort. You're even, you know, maybe coming out from a period of being secluded. This is Hermit, which is the person who goes into the mountains to reflect on things and look for the greater truth in matters. But I'm really seeing that if that's the case, you may be coming out of a period of seclusion. You're really interested in getting things done, accomplishing things, you know, grinding out the work, putting in the effort, you know, creating this inner order. And that's how I'm reading this here, is that I'm really seeing May for you as a time of accomplishing things, putting the effort in, taking action, enjoying the riches of life that are here for you through your command of your own life and taking action, being in charge, getting things done. I do see too that you've in some ways conquered any worry or stress, or you have the opportunity to do that. This is Nine of Air, also known as Nine of Swords. And this means in the upright, worrying over things, being in your own head. You know, what do they call it when you split hairs over things? When you're worrying unnecessarily. And worry can sometimes be a plague on Cancers. And it goes back to this. This is 10 of Swords and 9 of Swords. But I see by the middle of the month or towards the end of the month, you're conquering that. You've done the inner work. You've done the inner inquiry. And you can release any tension, anxiety, or worry because you're actually putting in the work, Cancer. Or you have the opportunity here to do that. So if you've been struggling with any thoughts that drain you, I'm really seeing that by putting through this effort of cleaning house in a certain way, that and coming out into the world, getting things done, that you're releasing this, you know, any thoughts that keep you in a state of worry. It's actually really nice. And then I see here at the end of the month, you've got 3 or 2 major Arcana cards and then a King. So there's pretty potent energy here for you at the end of the month. We've got King of Coins here in reverse. King of Coins is the person who is again on top of his game. He's on top of his financial game. And he is the person who makes good financial decisions. He gets a good return on his investment. This could potentially be an earth sign that you're working with. So this could be Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. But in the reverse here, along with Ten of Wands, what it's cautioning against is don't overwork yourself. That's a Ten of Wands theme, just for the love of money. You may want to go back to looking at the beginning of the month, this celebration, this fullness, I'm actually saying like a party here. Keep in mind that if you're working and getting all these things done, that work isn't just a means to its own. Like money's not going to satisfy you. It's a good thing to accomplish and achieve and accumulate. But make sure that you're not putting yourself in a point of oppression towards the end of the month where you're working just for money's sake. You have to remember that this is a banquet. This is why you're working. You're working to enjoy it. You're working to spend time with friends and family. This is where the sweetness is. Try not to fall into this trap, because there can be a tendency that if you see wonderful results like this card brings, that you may overdo it and put yourself in a place where you feel like your back is breaking, or you feel like you're oppressed, you're carrying too much. What it's saying is get the work done, but don't overdo it. Don't do it just for the sake of, oh, I'm seeing such nice results, I'm just going to become obsessively working. Remember that there's work and play, balance each other out. And this is really sort of your theme, getting things done, but also really taking the time to enjoy life here. And then at the end of the month, like I said, we have that full moon in Sagittarius, really nice highlight on you and your productivity, on you and your day-to-day, your health, your work. That's really featured for you here. And I also see Empress here, which is all about growth. Empress is about abundance and creating something, birthing something new. You may be getting new ideas towards the end of the month of something new that you want to create. Those may be in delay. They may not be ready yet. Like this, I'm actually getting that this is the energy that's going to be transforming into June. With something new that you want to give birth to, new creative ideas. This would be a good time to write things down of things that you want to create, things that you want to draw to you, abundance that you'd like to have. This is what's fertile. This is very fertile ground, and this is where you can plant things and watch them grow. So with Empress in the reverse, I'm seeing that as long as you're careful about not overworking yourself towards the end of the month, you may get some new ideas about what you want to do next, but definitely celebrate what it is that you have achieved. Definitely take that spotlight and enjoy that sixth house of day-to-day schedules, maybe promotions, good health, all the things that the moon is shining on. And if there's something that you need to release, this is a good time to do it too before you implement your new ideas. So that's my reading for you for May, Cancer. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up or share it with another Cancer who you think might enjoy it. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can always do that at my website. I'll have a link to that. And as always, I just want to thank everyone so much for watching. Yours in the stars.